We're with Mike Sullivan, State Conservationist with NRCS. And Mike, obviously with the disasters that have happened recently in Arkansas, does NRCS have any funding that could help farmers and ranchers on disaster relief?
We have a couple of authorities that can help. I know there's tremendous losses and our programs won't do everything, but there's several opportunities that may be worth consideration. Our Environmental Quality Incentives Program is our flagship program providing financial assistance to producers for many conservation practices. For those producers who have existing contracts and had practices damaged, we can go back in and reapply conservation practices using the EQIP program. Also, we're assessing potential for using EQIP for a new sign-up just for flood disaster relief and recovery. And depending on what's covered with ECP and other disaster programs, there may be some opportunity for using EQIP down the road in that manner. We also have an emergency authority, EWP, Emergency Watershed Protection Program, that's a public assistance program protecting infrastructure and lives, where we have to have a public sponsor, but we can work with private landowners there. And there's a floodplain easement component where we can go back in on lands that are just so far damaged that it doesn't make sense to restore them to production agriculture and restore those natural floodplain values with an easement that we would purchase.
Now, one of the things you wanted to make clear to folks you spoke to today was the fact that you got to have a conservation plan. So speak in terms of that so that they understand what they need to do to get into the game.
Yeah, the game is getting the financial assistance to help install these practices, but to get there, the first step is to have a good, sound conservation plan. And all that is really is sitting down with your local conservationist, going over the field, let them assess your resource conditions. You make the decisions on what objectives you have, what priorities you want to address, and then get that incorporated into a plan that then gets you set up to compete for these financial assistance programs.
Now, one of the new facets of what you're trying to do is to have the conservation assessment ranking tool, kind of a one-stop shopping thing that once you're approved that way, you can get involved. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, one of Secretary Perdue's priorities is for us to be more efficient, more effective, and provide better customer service. And if you look at our many programs, we've had different processes, different tools. Producers have to submit multiple applications, even for the same program. Well, when this tool comes out in the near future, we're going to change all that, make it much easier to document what's in your conservation plan, and then get to the point where one application will serve a producer's needs for the many different programs that we have. So it should save time for our staff and be much more customer service oriented as well.